What is going on? What is going on, everybody, man? Give me a second. Still trying to finish up a couple of things. I was just notified that for whatever reason, it says that we were going on in an hour. Well, yeah, or in 2 hours, but I don't know why it says that because I definitely put in 6:30, but we here now. We here now. All right, man. Welcome back to another Sips and Sniffs, man. It's your boy Hidden Gems. All right, back again. Trying to get this thing going right. Oh man, it's been a long day at work, y'all. Here we go. Welcome back, y'all, man. Hey, thank y'all for dropping by. Checking to see what we gonna be talking about, man. Hey, look, it has been a long week so far. Tomorrow is Friday. It has been an extra long day. What up, Red, man? I see you over there and Instagram. Hey, if you got time, come on over here, man. Today has been a long day, a worrisome day, man. I mean, to a point where, folks, y'all already know. Y'all already know what time it is. All right. When your boy gets on here, and the first thing I do is I pour up. Just know it's been a rough one. But though, man, hey, welcome back, y'all. For those who were here maybe not last week, but the last time we were online, told everybody I was kind of bringing in fragrance discussions along with this March Madness. As many of y'all know, your boy has been training basketball players for quite a while. Got a couple of players I knew that were, one that was in the tournament, a couple that are just in college. And yeah, man, right now he made it to the Sweet 16, man. Shout out to him and St. John's, Rick Pitino and everybody, And yeah, man, we're going to talk about a little bit of it, all right? But at the same time, we're going to incorporate several things that we like to talk about here on this channel and go from there. But first things first, man. Shout out to those who are here with us. I see 28 people in the chat. I see D-Main. What's going on, baby? My guy Kix Griffey. What's good? I'm going to go ahead and give a little more time, all right, to allow others to come in. So, yeah. Rock Boy, what's good, man? You in the upside down. You better come on over to the other side, baby. But with that being said, man, hey, what's good? What's good, Jason? So today is FDB, Fragrance Du Bois, Lucius. One of his favorites, top 5. I know he's wishing he could have got it for a better price, but hey, it is what it is. Yeah, Red. Hey, I'm over here on YouTube, my boy. You know what I'm saying? I'm over here on YouTube, man. What up, Dame? What's good, man? Bear with me, y'all. I'm going to go ahead and give a few more minutes for people to come on in. Let me go ahead and play another song, y'all. Let's go back. Let's throw it back, man. Back to where we were originally. The original Sips and Sniffs anthem. Throwback. Let's go back. We've been still using it here and there, but it's right here. So many rivers. And a drink was needed. Started it off. That right, nice. This was the beginning. This was here trying to dress myself. Yeah, baby. You know what? I rarely got to let this play all the way out. This sounds like at the end. I just lost I heard it. All right. That's enough. That's enough. What's going on, sippers and sniffers, man? What is going on to everybody? Good evening, good day. I hope your Thursday was a blessed one. Not everybody's Thursday went so smooth as it usually does. Um, had a few things happen today, but man, we're not going to harp on that. We're gonna talk about some colognes. We're gonna talk about some spring things, spring bling, and yeah, man, we're gonna have a little fun, man. We're gonna get our minds off of what happened. Talk about it a little bit later, but it's good, man. It's good. Appreciate y'all for coming out, man. Like I said, last week we were talking about spring fragrances, or actually, I think everybody started talking about spring fragrances recently. I know I talked about it a few weeks ago and whatnot, getting into the March Madness, but here, let's go ahead and get back to it. So a couple of weeks ago, I gave you a list of, I think, 15 fragrances to consider getting your nose on for the spring. And, the funny thing is that several of these fragrances, I'd probably say most of these fragrances can work for the summer too, The one good thing about having a spring collection is you pretty much got a summer collection as well. I mean, for those two different seasons, they pretty much share the same style of fragrances, same notes, accords, and whatnot. So, you can't lose. You get one, you got two. You know what I'm saying? It's a two for twofer, or it's a one for twofer. So, yeah, but we're about to get into it, man. Look, let me go ahead and get to the chat. Shout out to everybody. Edson Marquez, what's going on, man? You from Brazil? Nice to meet you. We over here in Dallas, Texas, man. Glad you could come through. Appreciate you for joining in. Of course, my guy Red in there. I already saw you on the IG side, but I'll go ahead and acknowledge you on here as well. What's going on, my man? And first in the chat today was D-Main. What's going on, baby? What's good? What's good? Of course, Kicks followed him up in second place. Hey. Well, I wasn't going to hit you with that Ricky Bobby, but you know what I'm saying? You can be second. Second's still winning, all right? But if you're not first, some people consider it last. So, hey, try a little harder next time, Kicks. But anyway, what's good, man? My boy Rock Boy, what's good? Of course, Jason in the chat, all right? My boy Dame, sin of the day is Day 3 Escandalo, all right? Hey, appreciate that, Will. Yeah, yeah, man. It's a tough pill to swallow, boy. We'll get to it a little bit later for sure, though. What's going on, Gumbo? What's good, man? Passed the first offer? Appreciate it. Welcome to church, baby. Yeah. All right. As usual, per usual, Nightbot. You know what I'm saying? Nightbot is a lot more well-behaved when you take away his powers. You know what I'm saying? Definitely a lot more well-mannered. All right. Dutch in here. Your scent of the day is about 15 samples. I hope they are spring-style samples. I already got to that. It's all right. Nightbot, you tripping? Yeah, but he tripping, but he ain't gonna touch nobody in here. He's on restriction too. All right. So don't even worry about him. All right. Red, of course. What's good, man? David, what's going on, baby? Scent of the day is Coconut Lagoon. All right. All right. It said, hey, sorry to bring this up. The president of my country was found to be diverting money from retired taxpayers to finance the extremist Islamic group Hezbollah. Yeah, okay. I understand, man. It's some weird political stuff going out there. I don't really, I pray for your country and everything. Hopefully, things will work out. Hopefully y'all don't end up going through what some of these other countries are going through right now. But right now international affairs is strange, and you know, problem with that is you only get so much of the information online. All right, you get what whoever is sending you information that what they want you to know. So, I'm sorry to hear that, man. I hope you are okay, my friend, and prayers up for you and your people. You know what I'm saying? Your countrymen, for real. All right. Red said, weird to change my YouTube handle. Yeah, man. Mr. Clark, what's going on? Since the day is Premier Perfume, Smoky Jazz. Yes, sir. That was a nice one that I recently picked up. Real good. All right. Got you, my man. Got you. Again, prayers up for you and your countrymen, for real. D-Man, what's good, baby? Plumbing cognacs in the night to be determined. All right. All right. Nice. Nice. Everybody in here showing a little love, showing a little love. All right. SoCal only has one season. Yeah. Yeah, I've been told, man. I've been told. I have been told. What's going on, Kev? Already? Trying to get to the bottom of here before I go ahead and get to the mission at hand. All right. My guy, Otto, what's good? Sunday is part of Luna Rosa Old Sport. All right. Nice. Nice. Hadn't heard that one brought up in a long time, let alone my chat. I think it was in last time I heard about that one outside of myself seeing it. I think that was brought up in one of Ross's chats. So shout out to you, man. All right, Chief of DC Blessings. So the day is Cut Lodge, Island Dreams, and Hawaii's Ice. Nice little combo there. Little fruity bubble gum, imagination. I think that's what it is. Imagination. Yeah, little bubblegum imagination or whatnot. I don't know, but that's nice. I got both of them, man. Nice little combo. I know that smells good. What's going on, Raph? Hey, shout out to Raph per usual, y'all. Got my package in the mail. Can't show you the other side. You know what I'm saying? Don't feel like getting doxxed. God, dog it. Get this thing to stay up there. Sheesh. All right. Sim Boss. Sim of the day is Beach Hut Man. What's good? What's good? All right. Blessings to everybody. I see you on here. All right. And we are at the bottom. Had to put them in timeout. This is the place for that. Indeed. Indeed. All we're going to say is, hey, man, prayers for you, brother. And your family and everybody else that knows you, man. Prayers for you. You know what I'm saying? So, hey. Here we go. All right. So, as y'all know, it is springtime. All right. First day of spring was what? About 4 days ago, maybe 5 or whatnot. And things are warming up. Now, here in Texas, things are already damn near hot. Okay. And yeah. So, right now, it's 85 degrees. And it is 6:48 over here in Texas. All right. And so, you already know. It's spring going on summer. We only get a few weeks of spring. Then at that point, it heats up. Whether it rains or not, it heats up to summer temperatures. So, I'm going to go ahead and give you some recommendations on this live to go by. But we're going to do it in NCAA format, okay? So, let's go ahead and start with this. For those of you who have ever watched NCAA March Madness, all right? 37 in Wisconsin. God dog, D-Man. Sheesh. Look. Oh, that's right. Island Dreams is symphony. So, okay. Nice little bubblegummy, fruity symphony. Okay, yes. Nice. But for those of you that that know about March Madness and whatnot, as you know, all right, I'm going to start this list off with my first 4 in, all right, or with the 4 early play. All right. So if you watch March Madness, you know that they typically open up with 4 games from some of the lower level conference winners. Their conference tournament, they won the tournaments. And so even though they are unranked and outside of that top 100 or whatnot, because they won the conference tournament, they get a chance to play in, almost like the play-in bracket for the NBA. These are the play-ins for the March Madness. And so typically you get 4 teams. Now, a lot of times you'll see like a couple of HBCUs out there, maybe some really small D1 schools that are borderline D2 or whatnot based on attendance and everything. And you'll get them to go out there and they'll play another low-level team, right? Well, for those 4 fragrances, what we're going to do is we're going to consider them our budget fragrances, all right? So they may play their asses off. They may be hard players, meaning that they're going to perform. They're going to radiate off of skin. You're going to smell them across the room. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? They're not going to be your blue bloods. They're not going to be the ones that you're purchasing or wearing to get quality. Okay. So these are not ones that are going to get you the quality of blends, but they will get you a win. Okay. They can get you a win outside. All right. And so we're going to categorize them as first 4 in with our less expensive purchases. All right. And first one that we're going to go up with is going to be Al Haramain's Amber Oud Exclusive Blue. All right. Amber Oud Exclusive Blue. All right. Now, this is a really good clone of Parfums de Marly Layton. All right. Now, if anybody were to ask me, I think this is the best Layton clone out there. Honestly, trust me, I got a bottle of Layton. Got a bottle of Layton over there. And I don't like the term 1 for 1, but I tell you what, this is about as close as it gets as far as what I've smelled. All right. There are some people out there that say that there are some other really good Layton clones. I've smelled several. I'm not rocking with them like I'm rocking with this one. And it lasts an eternity. All right. This thing going to give you about 10 to 12 hours at this point. Very, very close. Gives you that kind of menthol feel. Gives you the blue feeling as well. Very good. Now, me personally, 85 degrees is not all that hot for what we're used to out here in Texas. So this is still wearable, even though it kind of wears a little heavy, comes across a little strong. I could wear this outside right now and get away with it, sweat and everything. Sometimes I wear it to the gym. And it lasts. It works. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to be your quality blend, but boy, will you get some performance out of it. It's going to take you somewhere. It's going to at least get you to the first round, to the 64. Okay. So for one of my first stands, we're going to go with Al Haramain Amber Oud Exclusive Blue. There you go. Hey, Texas was one of the first 4, and they are playing in the Sweet 16. I'm telling you, hey, Amber Oud Exclusive Blue could do that, baby. It could surprise you. It could surprise you. It could even take you to the Elite 8. Now, I'm not doing the Elite 8 right here, but it could do that, all right? Now, another cheapie. And I say cheapie, these are not necessarily clones, but they are the ones that are within a certain price point, okay? And typically my cheapies are going to be anywhere about $100, maybe $80 and under. And the one that I'm going to go with for that is going to be, the next one is Mancera's Jardin Exclusive. All right. Now, Mancera is a known brand that is known for entry-level niche. And this is just an example of how you can get quality niche, not high quality, but quality niche, all right, for a good price, okay? Now, when I go in here and I look at Jardin Exclusive, this thing right here lasts, I'd probably say about a good 6 to 8 hours on screen. 6 to 8 hours on skin, man. Sweet, fruity, dries down to something a little musky and sweet as well. In here, you're going to get pear, white peach, lemon, green apple, caramel, blackcurrant, Sicilian orange. All right. In the middle, you're going to get jasmine, ambergris, violet, Bulgarian rose. And in the base, you're going to get white musk, a whole heaping help of it. All right. Madagascar vanilla and sandalwood. So it's going to give it that creamy feel. All right. but that creamy feel is not a heavy feel. This is still quite aromatic. It is going to wear a little heavy, so this is why it would definitely be good for the spring, and more so in Texas, more so than the summer, because in the summer it gets hella hot, and yeah, man, that sandalwood in here could become a little cloying, depending. The heavy fruit peach, pear, and everything could be cloying as well. So this is why I would wear it about now, 70 to 85 or degrees in the spring, especially if there's a cool breeze and whatnot coming through. Definitely a good one to look at. All right. So there go two of my first four in. Okay. Two of my first four in. We've got Hardin Exclusive. All right. And we have got Amberwood Exclusive Blue. All right. All right. Let me get to the chat real quick. All right. We got Dutch in here. He said people claim Detour smells like Layton. Hell no. I'm not even going to finish your statement before I disagree with that. All right. In my opinion, I've only smelled Layton, so I'm not sure. It's not. Detour Noir or Detour Noir, whatever it is not. I bought it. I gave it away. It's not. It can be a bracket buster. Yes, both of those. Amber Exclusive Blue and Hardin Exclusive can be bracket busters. They can go up and outperform at a certain event several of the high price niches. They can. Just depends on what crowd you're around. You know what I'm saying? If you're not out there with at Scent Explorer, you know what I'm saying? And even at Scent Explorer, to be honest with you, some of those people, they be rocking clones. I'll be looking at people that say, this is my combination. No offense to the ladies, because I love the ladies. You know James loves the ladies. But they be like, this is my combination. You know, they got about 2 body butters and some oil on. And then they will rock a Lattafa and spray a Fugazi or something on top of it. So don't get it twisted. These two can perform and outperform some of the other men's fragrances, especially if you're around men that want to get too artisanal and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? The ones that might be overzealously spraying that beaver's ass cologne. But I'm just saying, for real, they could be some real bracket busters, or should I say outperformers, surprising performers for sure. Fragrance Journey, what's good, my guy? RP to Nap and Nurture. Yes, RP to that gentleman, man. A fellow fragrance reviewer that passed away, I think it was about 2 or 3 days ago. He is on YouTube, did some quite a few videos, but I think I first heard about him on Facebook, if I'm not mistaken, and has some really good content, some SMR, ASMR, and some other style fragrance reviews. But man, you know, has some underlying issues that he had been going through for a while, is what I read, I believe. And unfortunately, the brother passed away. You know, we're losing people. You know what I'm saying? Not just in this community, just we're losing quite a few people, period, man. I hope y'all are taking care of yourselves like Walt talked about. Get your checkups. Me and Jason have talked about men's health. That's very important. Women typically go get themselves checked out. But my brothers, I need y'all to make sure that you do, you know, for sure. All right, The Rock is in the building. Jims, have you smelled Amberful or anybody in the chat? I have not, unfortunately. I have not. Got to get my nose on it, so I couldn't even help you with that comparison, my boy. All right. We got Pierre Montal. Does great work for reasonably entry-level luxury prices. Yes, just like Xerjoff outside of makes such high-quality fragrances for some of the best prices. Indeed. My boy is definitely in that similar style for sure. Okay. All right. If Will says so, then I could probably agree with that, because I like Will's nose. We've had plenty of conversations. If he says it is, then I'm bound, not definite, but bound to see things that way as well. As Almost Wanted EDP Intense. Okay. Nice. All right. David said 90 today. Tomorrow night it'll get down to 27. Crazy change. I'm telling you. Now, I don't know where you are, David, but we don't have those type of changes, but that's crazy. That is crazy. 3 Simple Notes, still the most complicated fragrance you own. Okay. So today is Arabian Oud Amiri. All right, nice, Rich Money. Already. But yeah, man, I tell you what, yeah, those are my first 2, man. Let me go ahead and get to another one, all right? Now, I'm going to give you a little bit of a substitute, but this one right here, all right, this one right here would have to be my Miami, Ohio fragrance of this year's bracket, okay? It came out punching hard, surprised some people in that first round, in the first four. But y'all, I don't think they lasted past that round. I think they got knocked off in the round of 64. I'm not sure, but I think they did. And this is going to be Aqua di Parma, Blue Mediterranean. Beautiful fragrance. Very citrusy. You're going to get orange heavy notes. All right. Very citric. The only problem with this one, like I said, just like Miami, Ohio didn't last long in the bracket, this won't last long on your skin. This will not last long on your skin. This is good for one round and that's out. All right. You know what I'm saying? Hey, this is going to get you about 3 or 4 hours. Make sure you have the bottle in your pocket because you will have to re-up. All right. It could even last less than that, but 3 to 4 hours, what I'm giving it max. Okay. And we're going to go from there. But this right here, this ain't no bracket buster, but it will surprise you. The quality, the blend, the way that they blend the orange heavy top notes on here, and then you get somewhat of a, I won't say musky, but kind of a woody kind of, how do you say, aromatic yet woody dry down. This is really good on skin, man. I'm telling you. I think I paid maybe like $60 for this on, I guess it's called Frag Flex, whatever now. But y'all, Aqua di Parma, Blue Mediterranean. This is the Arancia de Capri. Shout out to Ross who put me onto that. Beautiful fragrance, definitely worth that $60 realm. Just be prepared to spray. Hell, I don't think you can overspray this, to be honest with you. Not unless you're in a controlled environment where it's very cool, the air is going. But outside of that, yeah, man, yeah. Red said, I live in the hospital, man. Yeah, you do, man. And that's why we keep you in our prayers for multiple reasons, that and just for simple health, man. Make sure you're taking care of yourself. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Kicks. Naps was a solid brother. Yeah, man. He was good. If you ever message him, I messaged him a couple of times on Facebook, but solid dude. You know what I'm saying? We talked a couple of times about genre parfums and whatnot, and cool dude, man. I hate that we lost him, you know. Lost a good one. All right, Frank says scent of the day is Baron Fragrance, Phantom Kiss. Nice. Said closer to Boy Imperial. Okay. Yeah, Red, Big Ben's alma mater. Yeah, man. They did really good. They went undefeated for the longest amount of time, but they got knocked off eventually. And, you know, like I said, good for one round. You know what I'm saying? And that's it. Aqua di Parma. What up, Shay? What's going on, man? How you doing? The Body Butter Goddess. All right. Kicks over there talking about I got to check out your products. Yeah, she got to stock them up. She got to stock them up and let us know. All right. Just let me know. I should have my site up either this weekend or next week. Just got to adjust a few things. Let us know, please. They said, holy cow. Boy, Nightbot is wild. Oh, man. D-Man, so I definitely want to check out a few from Aqua di Parma. Anyone have any suggestions? Well, that one right there, the Blue Mediterranean series is definitely, they've got like 4 or 5 of them, I believe, that you need to get your nose on. And then, of course, you got this Colonia Pura. Now, this right here is the brightest citrus, sharp citrus too, that I got in my collection. This is really good on skin. Arancia de Capri may last 4 hours. This is going to get you 2 to 3, okay? But keep it in your pocket. Definitely a good one to wear. You're definitely going to want to re-up on it, on skin. but it's a win. It too is another first four out. Okay. First four in, first four out for real. Because it's going to be out in 4 hours or less. All right. Red, what's up, bro? Yeah. Texas only down 4 at the half. Just keep it close, baby. Yeah. Oh, okay. They're already on. Okay. See, I started tuning out a lot of stuff because I'm waiting until tomorrow. Tomorrow, St. John's plays Duke. About to get off in that Duke ass. Oh, yeah. My boy Zuby, he going to clown. He is going to clown. Yeah, definitely might want to consider applying 25 at a time. Yeah, for sure. All right. But, all right. And so we've gone there. All right. So there are 4, but I'll tell you what, that was 3 and an exception. What's going on, Sim Bubble? What's good, baby? All right. Let me give you one last cheapie, man. All right. Now, actually, let me give you 2 recommendations from the same house. All right. I'm not going to talk about them heavy, but I will bring this one up. All right. Me Kicks and my boy T Rizzy. All right. We did a live on this particular fragrance in this house. Terrence actually did a video where he discussed it with, I can't remember if it was Sally or who, but this is from the house of Etat Libre de Orange. And this is I Am Trash. Okay. Now, this fragrance right here opens up with a sweet, crisp green apple accord. Okay. But not only that, it's very aromatic. It has a sense of airiness along with blue feel. And then it has a rose in there. Now, the rose, you're not going to get it long. You're not going to get it very strong. But if you have a decent nose, not a good nose, but a decent nose, it will pick up. You will pick it up off skin. And when you do, it will last for maybe an hour or 2, along with the other florals in there. And hell, it could dissipate a little bit depending on who you are, how strong your nose is. But this is very good. All right. Little crisp, aromatic apple. Okay. Some soft, and I mean soft, florals in the mid to the dry down. And then the dry down, I know it'll have on there something woody and whatnot, but it's very soft, y'all. This too is another shortcomer, all right? It's here for a good time, not a long time, all right? And that is I Am Trash by Etat de Libre de Orange. Is that versus tonight? Ah, shit. Tank and Tyrese. You got one brother that sings like he's whining and the other one that sings like he's crying. You know, who's going to win? Yeah, Red, I Am Trash is fire. The apple is so good in here. Yes, it is. Crisp, bright. Just don't last long, baby. You're going to get about 30 minutes of it. But to each his own. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, I love it on skin, so it's a good one. It's a win-win for me. That's one. And then this one, I'm not going to go into it because I am going to do a video on this one. But this one comes from the same house of Etat de Libre Orange. And this is Exit the King. Now, this one right here is also a rose fragrance. Soapy. Lasts a little bit longer than I Am Trash. Not very heavy, very aromatic. It feels a little bit musky, but also comes off a little clean, a little soapy. Very good. You have to get your nose on it. All right. You can get them on Joma Shop and a couple of other places. What is that? Perfumania? Not Perfumania. Frag Flex and a couple of others for a really good price. All right. Check them out. Kicks, you might want to check that. It says you're scheduled to go live today. See, it was messing with mine too. That said Tank is a clear win. I could see that. Whoever pleads the best. Yeah, man. Look, think about Tank is that he has a nice little catalog, but it's shorter than Tyrese's. I hate to say that because I like Tank. He has 2 really good albums. But there's one song. Tyrese got some hits. Tyrese got some hits that would kick Tank's ass. I'm sorry. I Deserve is a classic forever. Timeless classic. But how you going to act like that? I'm sorry. That's gonna kick that out the door. You know what I'm saying? Now it just depends on who's performing it or how they're performing. Because I tell you what, if you put on that style of wait, that's not Tank. I'm tripping. Is it? Is that? Yeah. That is Tank. Yeah. It just depends on how they perform, man. It just depends on how they're performing. Sip balls. You asked me what am I sipping on, man? You already know. I'm still working on this right here. Your boy's been getting in shape, losing a little weight, man. I'm still sipping on this Buchanan's pineapple. Shout out to my guy Terry Todd. All right. For the recommendation last year. Sipping slow and on the go. Doesn't last super long, but I love it. Yep. Itate de Libre de Orange. That electrician is also fired. Definitely. Definitely. They got a nice house, man. They definitely got a nice house. Tyrese definitely has more hits, man. You know what I'm saying? No, it's not because Tate got an elite catalog of what he wrote. Okay. Okay. If Tyrese does Shame, it's over. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Shame when performed correctly, that could give a lot of people some trouble. But we gonna see, man. We gonna see. Hey, look. I could see where you're going with that, Will. Definitely he had a better singing voice, but Tyrese is kind of like Mary J. Blige. He had a raspier voice, but it worked. You know what I'm saying? He had a different style, but that style got a lot of love because the style in his voice, it showed more emotion than Tank's. Like that was the thing about Casey and JoJo. When you talk about Casey and JoJo, people don't talk about. They like to. Some people will say, "Oh, they begging or they crying and all this other stuff," but all that hooting and hollering, that was emotional singing. You could feel the emotion from their voices, and I think that's what Tyrese used to do when he sang, and I think that's what he provided us with. And so that's why I think they got two different styles of singing, but I can't. I can see why you would say Take has a better voice because it's more conventional. It's closer to the more conventional male voice, but I don't know, man. On them songs, Tyrese was kicking ass. I ain't gonna lie. So yes, HBK was good, baby. All right. So hey, with all that being said, man, so we got through our first four in, okay? Now we can get to where the bracket gets good, all right? Now we can get to the mid-major and the high-major matchups, okay? So what those are going to consist of are niches, our high-level niche, our designers, and our mid-level niche, all right? Now, honestly, I ain't got too many designer spring fragrances. A lot of my designers are really just they're colder weather. Well, I've already talked about them, so we're going to go ahead and dismiss some of the designers. Okay, I already talked about several and whatnot, so we'll come back to them. Okay, but now we're going to go to the meat of the bracket. All right, now we are in the 64. All right, the first four in have already had their games. We're going to go ahead and put them to the side. Now we're going to get to the bracket. All right, but let me go ahead and talk about this, man. You know, a lot of people are talking about spring fragrances, and one of the things that we have to acknowledge is a lot of people wonder, and I've gotten this question before, like how do you determine what fragrances are good for the spring? And you know, it's interesting because for me, the spring has some distinctive qualities. You know what I'm saying? Like, and there are certain things that the spring brings up. You know what I'm saying? I think Walt talked about this one time, you know, and it was really good. The way he brought it up, like what does spring truly stand for? I don't think that's what he asked, but you know, it's about the season of spring, right? So typically when you think about spring, all right, a lot of people think about spring and they think about rejuvenation, right? They think about, let's say, rejuvenation, rebirth, renewal, resurrection, regrowth, all right? And all that coincides with nature, Mother Nature. During the spring, you get a lot of heavy rains. This is the time when the grass starts to grow, you know what I'm saying? Um, you know, all of a sudden the snow is clearing, the cold weather is ready. Now the grass is growing, the sun is popping out. It's not exactly hot, but it is far from cold. Some people will see it as a rainy season and stuff like that. And I'm here to tell you that's all good and that's all significant. But in that, because that is what it kind of personifies, I guess, or that is what a lot of people get from it. There are coincidentally certain styles, certain colors, and certain notes and fragrances that most people would typically attach to that. And typically it would be like something citrusy, zesty, all right, something floral based, whether it be rose, white florals, even your yellow florals such as ylang ylang, and a couple of others, your rhubarbs and whatnot. Also your green, earthy, maybe your teas, your aquatics, your blues, and I think I said fruits already, but typically nothing too heavy, nothing too overbearing. Your light fruits and whatnot. Now, if you're a fruity person, depending on what degrees or what weather you're in, what temperature you're in, you might be able to get away with some fruity ones, with some heavy fruity ones, such as this beauty right here. This is definitely something that I would have to wear in the early goings of spring before it starts getting to those 85s out here in Texas. But this right here is a masterpiece. It was recommended to me by several of the people, even though I recently got it. And that is Icon by Kajal. All right. Now, this right here is a little heavier on the fruit. Okay. It's a little heavy on the fruit, but it is beautiful passion fruit. All right. Let me go ahead and read the notes to you, man, because this is simply stunning, man. I went to Scent Explorer and I got a chance to get my nose on this once again. And it was at that point, after hearing the story and everything behind it, I had to give me a bottle. So when I got back, not too long afterwards, found me a good bottle at a good price, and we went from there. All right. But this right here has passion fruit. All right. It has pineapple, mandarin orange. Okay. In the mid, it has ginger, black pepper, jasmine. Then it has musk, vanilla, praline, sandalwood, vetiver, and patchouli in the base. All right. Now, like I said, this is going to be a little heavier for most people in the spring, especially if you're out here in Texas, because that passion fruit is heavy. The pineapple is heavy. And then the ginger really makes it stand out. It brightens it all, pushes it forward. But that sandalwood and that praline in the base, those are going to give it some depth, going to give it some girth. All right. And so a lot of people, depending upon your heat index, could find that actually quite glowing off skin. Okay. But definitely beautiful. I would say for those who are going to be 80 degrees and under, and especially if you have like cool winds, cool breezes and whatnot, this would definitely be a recommendation for your springtime. But definitely gotta wear it with care. All right. Got to be careful that you are not, all right, overspraying this at any point in time, because it can get out of hand. It can get out of control. You could like this so much, 6 sprays in some areas would do nobody justice. All right. Let me see here. Let me get back to the chat. All right. My boy Kick said, what aromatics frag you feel were great for spring? So my top pick for spring, several of them. All right. Now, but my favorite is going to be Tease Me. All right. And as I said earlier, the reason why I'm choosing this for my favorite one for spring, y'all, is because this is a tea note fragrance. All right. It's T4. All right. But there are actually 3, if not 4, All right. Magnetique would be one that I'd wear more for a more, how would you say, I guess it would be more informal situation. But Tease Me is definitely one. What is that? What is the other one that I got? Sunkissed is definitely another one. All right. Sunkissed has a little tea in there too, even though it opens with a sweet candy citrus in the beginning. Definitely would go with Frostbite, aka shout out to Dutch, hypothermia. That blueberry and mango is delicious on skin, or so I've been told. All right. And yeah, man, I tell you what, still every day I wear it at my job, gets me compliments. I know some of y'all like, Jims, you got all this niche and whatnot, and I wear the hell out of it. I do wear it. But those right there at the job have gotten me compliments from women of all ages. All right. I have people, men and women, that are asking me left and right every day, hey, where can we pick up some of those aromatics? And a couple of them I've been able to send them to the location, but several of them, they are not in stock right now. I've sent them to my area on TikTok and a couple of things. But if I had to pick three, I'd probably say I would leave out Magnetic. Not that it's not appropriate. It would be my number 4. I would go Tease Me, Sunkissed, and this ninja. And of course, all right, Frostbite. Designer honorable mentions will be AMW EDP Intense. Okay. Not sure which one that is. Coach Platinum, definitely. And Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Forever Pour On. Yes, definitely agree with that. I can definitely see those working. That's why you bring up aromatics. Good question. All right. Vert, I got you. All right. Definitely wasn't Walt. That was me on your channel asking the difference between spring and summer fragrance notes. Okay, cool. All right. Vetiver, Lemongrass, Barbershop Styles, Have Your Heart. Yes, those are definitely good ones too. They go along with that green feel as well. That Sunkissed sounds like it's a spring fragrance. It is, man. Citruses, it includes the citrus, and then it has a tea in there as well in the mid. Very beautiful, man. Very beautiful. Also, mint and green. Yes. Also, so jealous you got to go to City Explorer. I was hoping to see you there, but hospital. Yeah. Well, we'll be there this year too, man. We're going to be buying we're going to be paying for our hotel early, and hotel and flight before this war gets any more out of hand, and these prices on these flights goes up. So yeah, we'll be there this year. Hopefully we'll get to see you there, man. Rafan, what's good? Baby Scent of the Night is Scent of Wood, Vetiver and Oak. Okay, nice. Icon, definitely a banger for spring evenings. Definitely will. Definitely. And shout out to you because you also influenced me on this as well. You, Joel, and several others, man. All right, let me see here. Yo, why is my screen just black? YouTube being, yeah, man. Hypothermia. Oh, God. Frostbite is a year-round scent. It is. Naughty dates in 100-degree weather is, boy, get out of here. What up, Jules? What's good, man? What is going on? Azar Most Wanted EDP Intense. Okay, I got you. Yes, that is one that could work as well. Definitely light enough. Yes. I had a decant of it. I gave it out because it wasn't my preference. I like the darker, boozy, kind of heavier Azaros, but that definitely was a good one. I think it just did something that a couple other fragrances that I got do. So, yeah. But yes, those are my 3 recommendations from Aromatics Kicks. There we go. All right, now we already talked about the first 4 in. All right, so that will fall within there, and I already talked about a couple others. Let's go ahead and get to it. All right. So for some of my niche recommendations, I'm going to go with from the House of Xerjoff. I got 2 for you. All right. One is one that a lot of people in this space talk about. All right. Now I love it because Xerjoff alone, I love the way so many of their fragrances transition. All right. The way they transition is quite lovely. Okay. And this one is None different. All right. And this would be, of course, Xerjoff Neo. Shooting Stars Neo, y'all. Beautiful fragrance. All right. Comes in with some citruses. All right. Strong, fresh citrus. And this stuff smells, I'm talking about like fresh squeezed lemon. It says bergamot, but it is lemon juice plus. Okay. Yes. Now, the thing about it is that it's funny because how many of y'all have just put a one in the chat if you've gone to the grocery store and gotten a lemon that is not fully yellow, but it has like a green hue to it. That's what this is giving me. Shout out to my guy Raymond. All right. All right. Who does really well with describing fragrances and colors. We're going to get him on here to talk about it. All right. But this is a citrusy opening that has not some lime, but it comes across as citrus on a green leaf. All right. Imagine that. Now, the notes on here are bergamot, green notes, and neroli in the opening. And trust me, you get all of that on skin. All right. You're going to get the citrus. You're going to get the green feel, the green notes that are blended well with the citrus. All right. But you're also going to get those aromatic white florals that blend so well with all the bergamots, all the limes, and everything else that typically you want to get out of a floral fragrance. All right. Now, on skin, you will start to pick up the cardamom and the nutmeg a little bit in the transition. All right. Pink pepper on here typically really doesn't do a whole lot. It kind of brightens the entire fragrance. It kind of brings forth the green notes and the bergamot. If I had to say, and let me go ahead and bring it up so y'all can see as well, because I like for y'all to follow along, man. All right. But in here, you see the nutmeg, you see the jasmine. The jasmine just provides another layer of white florals, kind of softening the spice from the cardamom and the nutmeg, and also softening some of the citrus and the green notes. I think it kind of condenses it all around, makes it a little smoother. It also smooths out the base. You know, in the base, you've got that vetiver, and I don't know if this is Haitian or rough vetiver, but typically when I've smelled vetiver in several of my Xerjoffs, all right, usually the vetiver comes across a little rough, not in a bad way, but just in a way that is more sharp than it is more subtle. Because I've got fragrances where the vetiver comes across as soapy, and I have it where it comes across as rough and sharp. And, you know, this one is a little smoother, but I think those florals help to smooth it out as well. Now, as you can see in the base, you've got the vetiver, this Virginia cedar, and the guaiac wood, patchouli, and amber. Gives it all around a good, soft, earthy feel. But this right here is going to last you a lifetime on skin, and I mean a lifetime. All right, you're going to get about, I would say, anywhere from 8 to 12 hours, depending on how well your skin has been taken care of. Definitely a beautiful fragrance. Definitely going to punch above its weight class. I mean, if you can find it for a good price, please do so. Support the brand because they are worth supporting. Just simply beautiful, y'all. I ain't going to lie to you. But it is definitely my ideal fragrance from the House of Xerjoff when it comes to spring. Okay? Let me get back in here. Dutch, if Nostradamus smells like Lucius, then it's good. Nostradamus. That's what you need to call him, Will. Nostradamus. Yeah, if you're talking about Jason, that is. All right. Lions Pride, what's good, man? Glad you came back. I hadn't seen you in a minute, man. It's been a while. Savoir Faire, Africano, Italiano. I need to give me a bottle between that and Figasm. I have got to give me a bottle of both of those too, even if it's just an $80 bottle. You have a good nose and a good feel, my friend, for sure. All right. But here we go. Dutch says, spoke to 2 people who blind bought it and aren't happy. And there's a hot off stance. And 4 other people who sampled it and it wasn't good. Okay. And which one is this? Which fragrance is this that you're talking about? Dutch? Oh, the Oracle. We're not going to get into that. All right. I do enough as a hot off slander as a joke on other people's lives. I'm not going to do it here, man. All right. Renaissance was my sin of the day yesterday. Gotta love Sergio Momo. Yes. So sad there's no Fiero in the U.S. anymore. Yeah. But hey, still got plenty more to choose from. And the second one I'm going to go with, shout out to my guy, Dutch. All right. This happens to be one of his favorites. All right. From the house. We're going to talk about it because if you are in a cooler weather springtime, then Xerjoff 1861 DeCoste is also a good one to roll with. All right. Now, I say this is good for lighter weather because this this can be a little heavier on skin than some of the other ones. All right, from the 1861 line. All right, but still a really good fragrance for the spring. Comes in with that Calabrian Mandarin, the tuberose, and the tobacco. That tobacco is more aromatic, kind of like the tobacco that they blend in Ormond Jane. Not heavy, not too earthy, not too natural, but just enough that you get a feel for it in the background or in the blend. All right. It's also going to come with that benzoin, the Papanox, all right, and the Italian orris root. Now, these I don't really get a smell for. I think for me, they provide more of a body, if anything. But yeah, this is really good. It has resin, bourbon, vanilla, and musk in the bottom. It's going to come across as sweet. It's going to come across as citric. And yeah, it's overall beautiful, beautiful bombshell from the House of Xerjoff. All right. That is 1861 DeCoste. Get your nose on it. Shout out to Dutch. This is one of his favorites, man, for sure. And I see why. Beautifully blended, long lasting, 8 to 10 hours minimum. All right. Like I said, depending upon your skin and your grooming techniques and whatnot, this thing could last, I'll probably say up to 12 hours, depending. I've sprayed it on clothing and it's been there the next day, maybe even a day later or a day or two later. So, yeah. Check it out. DeCoste, y'all. Dutch said it's Haitian vetiver and Neo. Okay, yeah. So that Haitian vetiver can come across as a little rough, you know what I'm saying? But I do like it. I do. Fiero was fire. Yes, it was. All right. Go get y'all a bottle of DeCoste. Indeed, man. Red said there are actually 3 parts of the vetiver plant that are used in fragrance. The roots tend to be the earthy and dry. The heart is smoky, and the leaves are soapy. There you go. There you go. Appreciate that, man. That is a good update. If anybody was wondering, there we go. Rafsa, unfortunately, our U.S. distributor doesn't want to carry many great ones like Fiero, Picovaya Dama, Richwood, Itis. I can't do that, but Itis and others. You know what I'm saying? Beers have said DeCoste was on sale for $110, used equivalent in the UK. It's kind of divisive. Need to smell it. Okay, yeah, get your nose on it, man. But you can order directly from Torino to your door on our website. Nice. Just buy it for the love of game. Itis. What is that? Like Silence of the Lambs? I try to say it like he did. Clarice. Yeah. I heard it was good. I've never gotten my nose on it, but definitely want to try it. All right. So yeah, so there are my 2 recommendations from the House of Xerjoff. All right. Now I'm not going to spend much time on this. Y'all already know my love for this one. All right. And I can give you 2 recommendations from Ex Nihilo, but this is going to be the main one. All right. And this, y'all, is going to be Speed Legends. We've talked about it before. Beautiful Clary Sage, opening, fresh, clean, all around, just an easy wear, easy grab. All right. Now, let's talk about Ormond Jane. I talked about a couple of them. I think I talked about the vetiver one, the Vetiveria, in one of my previous lives. Very good. Always a recommendation. Those green notes are always top notch. But let's talk about 2 one that nobody, and I mean absolutely nobody, but me and Jason have really discussed. And this is really good, y'all. This is really good. This is one that we had to order from I had to order it from the Beverly Hills store, I think online, or what? No, it was Zigo, you know, and I had to order it from there because couldn't find it anywhere other than there. And Jason was telling me it's definitely a good one. You got to check it out, Gems. I went ahead and blind bought it. You know, took his word for it. And brother, I still got the bottle, and I still appreciate it. And this is none other than Gatsby 22 from the House of Ormond Jane, y'all. Let me pull this up. All right. Well, first and foremost, let me just show you the bottle. I don't know what I was doing. All right. Ormond Jane, Gatsby 22. Man, you see those fingerprints, y'all? Man, I need me some gloves like Jared Miller. Hey, shout out to the Bishop. The Bishop. But Gatsby 22, let me go ahead and bring up this the screen so you can see the notes. Because the notes are fire. I ain't gonna lie to you. The notes are fire, but that juice inside is even better. Real talk. So in the notes, you get bergamot, lemon, pink pepper, osmanthus, orange blossom, violet, musk, vetiver, leather, and tonka bean. Y'all. Oh my gosh. Wore this a few times. Oh, Jesus. All right. And the beautiful thing about this is everybody knows what bergamot pretty much smells like. It smells very close to a lemon. But when you get a natural lemon smell like you do in here, it overpowers that bergamot. The bergamot plays second fiddle to it. And you know lemon juice. Everybody knows what real lemon juice smells like. And that's what this opens with that pink pepper, giving it more vibrancy, you know, more brightness and whatnot. Now, don't ask me about the florals. You pick up the florals after about 15 to 30 minutes, you know what I'm saying, the orange blossom, the violet and whatnot. But on that dry down towards the end, you really start to pick up the musk, the vetiver. It's going to give it some sharpness. The leather is something you don't get until it starts to dry down. Very soft, cashmere-ish, aromatic. I would say smooth, but I really can't tell if it's smooth or rough because it's so light, so soft. Then, of course, you get a little sweetness and dry down from the tonka bean. Ormond Jane typically does that in a lot of their fragrances. And, I mean, it makes the dry down so good. But this right here, this is definitely one that I would wear for the spring, but it's a summer banger too. It is a summer banger too, man. Let me see here. Where are all these people from the chat? Hey, Matt, you're in the upside down land. All right, you got to come over to the widescreen. All right. That's it in late, but I just smelled Nawab of Oud. It is fire. Yes, Ormond Jane has quite a few hitters, man. For real. It is not prominent, Beardsome. It is not prominent. Trust me. You do pick it up a little bit on the dry down, but it is not prominent. It's not. Trust me, I'm a tuberose hater too. I do not like tuberose when it is strong in the fragrance. That fingerprint to dent ratio is not bad. That's good. That's a good one. Hey, try to get me back for last night. I got you, Will. I got you, man. All right. Nope, that tuberose is a bit strong at first, but as it sits, it goes into the background to the honey tobacco and mandarin. I'll be honest with you. I hear you, Dutch. I really don't pick up the tuberose heavy like that in the beginning. I really don't. Not on my skin. It's noticeable, but it's not heavy in the beginning for me. So check it out, Beardson. Lion's Prize said that Gatsby 22 is major work. It is, man. It's not talked about. It's underrated, but it is a hell of a performer. All right. Just saying, the tuberose they use isn't the typical style, right? It's not heavy. It's not dense. Oh man, it and rhubarb. If you use them correctly, they can be beautiful to a blend. But no, this is perfect. This is perfect. What scent is this, Alicia? This is Gatsby 22 from Ormond Jane. Sorry. Let me scroll up for you, baby girl. There we go. Gatsby 22 from Ormond Jane. Man. Bro, I almost bought the bottle from E. Kroom, except he sold it before asking me about it. The Wabba Vood is good as hell, man. He sent me a decant of it, and I was like, whoa. I was like, bro, let me buy this from you. He was like, I already sold it. Nah, that man be tough. I already sold the Jim's. Damn, I would have sold it to my dog if you had told me earlier. Well, if you had sent the decant earlier, I would have bought it from you. Goddamn. So, yeah. Yeah, I met Jim's divorced Rose. I never divorced Rose. What are y'all talking about? Yeah, if need makes one, I'm sure I will buy it. And at the same time, I'm sure you'll be asking for a decant sent your way. Ain't that right, Will? Anyway. All right, then, Red. Definitely, definitely. Hey, I got you, my boy. Just hit me up. I think I still got your number, but if not, we on IG. But yeah, Ormond Jane, Gatsby 22. That is one to get your nose on. All right. Now my second recommendation. All right. It's not exactly Ormond Man. Well, it's not L. You know what I'm saying? But it does have that aromatic tobacco note in there. Ormond Man, I love Ormond James. What is it? Montebaco Intensivo, I absolutely love as well. But y'all, I'm gonna tell you, this one right here is really good. This is definitely a dual season banger as well. All right. This also comes from the house of Ormond Jane, and it is from the Montebaco line, but this is Montebaco Verano. Definitely a high heat banger, but also a springtime banger, man. Look, yeah. And you see the dips in here. And this ain't been decanted like that. This I love. Shout out to Dedrick Hicks who put me onto this one, man. Um, I was already about to buy it, but when he did his review over it on live, and him and Jason told me about it, then I had to instantly go and find it for a good price. And this right here does not disappoint at any time of the year. Yeah. Citrusy, aquatic, aromatic. All right. And here you get everything that it tells you it provides. Look, you get the grapefruit opening. All right. You do get a little bit of spiciness in there from the cardamom, and the clary sage definitely kind of brightens everything up. You got a little bit of juniper. Not sure if you can really pick it up, but it kind of just adds to the earthy kind of green feel. But everything's so aromatic. Maybe it's because of that airy note that's in there, but y'all, it's just simply beautiful. You also get a strong tea note in here in the background. Kind of envelopes the entire fragrance, but very noticeable. You get that earthy kind of aromatic feel of tobacco leaf. All right. Typically, the tobacco leaf is a little less dense as the actual tobacco itself, and so along with that moss and everything, it just gives it earthy green feel. Y'all, this is simply beautiful. Honestly, this is a work of art. Ormond J. Montebaco Verano is one that you need to get your nose on, get your hands on, and get it on skin, man, for sure. Definitely. Definitely has a lot in there, man. You sent Verano to Puerto Rico. Oh my God. Oh my God, Will. Otto said, not saying, not say stay sex, smelling sexy. Yeah, I was wild. I'll just let it go more. Garland, what's good, man? Verano is excellent. Yes, it is. All right. Cuba is a banger from Ormond Jane, too. Indeed, it is. Rio is pretty good itself, man. Rio is pretty good itself, man. So I'll message you. Let's see if we can get a live draft going NFL style. All right, we can do that. Let's go. Lions pride, y'all wild. I ain't mad at you, but y'all wild. Y'all wild. Will, of course. Of course I did. I'll send you your tracking number ASAP. All right. As soon as the live's over. All right. Let me see here. Let me get back in here. Does said Tanger as well? Yes, Tanger is definitely another one. All right. Definitely a good one. All right. So with Ormond Jane, with Zerjov, those are definitely two blue blood teams. All right. Two powerhouses that are always up there at the top for niche recommendations. I'm gonna give you two more, man. All right. So these two come from the house of Nishane. Also some powerhouses. I would represent them as possible blue bloods, if not definitely high majors. All right. And the first one we're going to talk about, all right, the first one we're going to bring up, again, comes from Nishane. I was a bit fooled by this, all right? I was a bit fooled, all right? So when I first heard about this, someone had introduced me to it, and I was like, okay, yeah. I looked at the name, and I was instantly fooled into thinking that this was something dealing with amber. And I thought it was going to be more amber forward than anything, but it turned out not to be until you get to the dry down. All right. So I was definitely fooled a little bit by the name, but I was not fooled by the quality of the fragrance and what to expect, whether I should expect a good fragrance or not. And that is none other than Ambra Calabria, all right, from the house of Nishane. Now, thing about this one, y'all, is that, and shout out to my girl Carrie B who sent this to me, all right, who I bought it off of actually. The beautiful thing about this is that it kind of comes across in the opening, in the early opening, it comes across similar to Neo. I think that may be why I like it so much, because it does kind of open up not like Neo, okay? It gives you that bergamot and green leaves, kind of like the bergamot and the green notes in Neo. But that bergamot and the green leaves almost comes across also similar to what we got here, Kobe. It actually gives it more of a Kobe feel than a Neo feel as well. And I think part of that is because of the gallivanum, all right? Because of that type of floral, it gives it a citron feel as opposed to a bergamot and just citrus and green notes. It gives it a citron feel because it gives you a sharp citrus that leans green, man, and it's good. This is definitely good. Now, the thing that I do like about this later on is the dry down. Now, once you get it on skin, like I said, it's gonna wear like Neo, but after about an hour and a half, you're gonna get the dry down. That amber starts to come out from the base. All right, the amber, the vanilla, and the musk, and it turns a little sweet, not heavy, but a little sweet. Stays aromatic for the entire time, and it's good, man. I tell you what, if you want something from a blue blood company that's going to give you something that feels like spring, all right, look no further than Ambra Calabria from the House of Nishane. Definitely good, sweet dry down, everything. Opens up perfectly, beautifully blended. It's going to last at least about 6 to 8 hours. I'd probably say closer to 8 than anything. And yeah, that's gonna do it. Yeah, no, I don't need anything from Boadicea on the list. You know, EQ and so many others will cover that. You know, you want some BTVs, check out EQ's channel. He'll definitely hook you up with several Boadicea Victorious limited edition discontinued items to check out. But as for me and mine, we're gonna keep it more so in the affordable, high-end niche area. And Ambra Calabria is the way to go. All right. Now, as I said, again, don't be fooled by the name. It says Ambra, but it's not until the dry down you start to pick it up with the vanilla feel. But man, it is nice. It is nice. Get your nose on it, man. Again, Umbra Calabria. Let me go ahead and show you if you didn't see me hold it up, there it is. There's the bottle. Check them out. Yeah. Turkish excellence. Indeed, Red. Indeed. Jeff, what's going on, man? He said, I just got Riffs Freeze in. It smells good. Riffs Freeze, y'all. Riffs Freeze is nice. All right. It is definitely nice. All right. Shout out to Jeff for putting that in there. I will say this. It does come off a bit synthetic in that it almost smells like a little bit of a citrusy lemon pledge almost. But that is upon initial spray. After about 15 to 30 minutes on skin, it starts to clear up a little bit. And you do start to get more of a fresher but a bright lemon feel on skin. The one thing that I do like about this that I don't mind is that the dry down, unlike a lot of the other Middle Easterns, the citrus, once the citrus dissipates and whatnot, it doesn't give you an overly musky feel on skin. That's the one thing that I do appreciate about this. But it is good. I probably say about 6 or 7 hours. Definitely a beautiful one. Comes in a nice little box and everything. Definitely a good pickup. All right, I think it's for $50 or less, depending on where you go. Riffs Freeze. Definitely a good suggestion for if you're in Texas, definitely a good suggestion for your spring, especially if you go past today. But also, really, I would prefer this more so for the summer, for the high heat index. I think it would do best, but you can definitely wear it during the spring as well. All right. To each his own, baby. To each his own. Yes, I already passed on the clones. That's another clone. All right. I don't even know if it's a clone, but it's from Middle Eastern. All right. Yeah. 13 from Nishane. Yeah, man. They have really good. All right. And let me go with this. I still can't find my Hasivat, and I need to. Can't find my Hasivat, and I need to. It is excellent. It is really good. I regret not having it. But my second one from the House of Nishane, all right, for the spring that I'm going to have to go with is going to be one of my favorite notes that I told you previously and recently. One of my favorite notes for the spring is going to be tea. So, of course, your boy had to include that Oolong Cha. All right. Now, I have a top, I don't know if it's top 7 or top 10 list, top 5 tea note fragrances. And this definitely hits on one of them. This is Nishane Oolong Cha. As you know, you get that tea. You know what? Let me not beat around the bush. Let me go ahead and get to it. All right. I'm going to go ahead and read the notes because I'm not even going to pretend like I got a mind like Neebs where I know this stuff like the back of my hand, like I just memorize all this because I do not. All right. Your boy got a lot on his mind, and fragrance ain't always it. All right. But in here, you got Oolong Cha. All right. You're going to get the citrus, of course, up top. Going to get some bergamot, some orange, mandarin orange, and whatnot. Very beautifully blended. All right. The nutmeg is not really noticeable to me in a sense. It does provide a little bit of roughness for the tea notes. I think it gives it a more natural feel, a more earthy feel. But man, on that dry down, you start to get that fig. It's somewhat of a sweet fig, and then it turns to a soft musk. It's a beautiful fragrance. It is truly a beautiful fragrance. Easy reach, easy buy. All right. Now, those are my 2 recommendations right now for today from the House of Nishane. I'm sure there are others such as Hasivat and whatnot that you could get your nose on, you could get your skin on. But those are my 2 out of my collection for now. Riffs Freeze smells like air freshener. Never got rid of a fragrance so fast. It told you it smells like. Now, you do lay on skin. It does wear off. But I ain't going to lie to you. It's not for me. All right, that's not a citrus fragrance that I want to wear. As a matter of fact, at first I was going to do a giveaway, but one of the people at work likes it, really likes it, and so I'm just going to go ahead and send it to him, man. I'm going to sell it to him. Simple said Orpheon EDP by Diptyque is another summer. Okay, nice. I got to go back to the House of Diptyque. it's not very minty. The mint kind of brings forward the citrus for the most part. There is some minty qualities on the dry down, but it's not heavily minty. Um, well, I just say it's probably not going to be worth you buying. This is definitely more so a younger nose or maybe a beginner as well. I wouldn't recommend it. Would not recommend it. Beardsome said it's super minty. I got minty on the dry down, not necessarily so much in the beginning, but unless the mintiness, the mint may be what makes it feel super synthetic. Super synthetic. The mint may be what makes it feel like lemon pledge. It may give it that feeling. So if that's the case, then let me just go ahead and say, yeah, like I said, well, it's not going to be within your wheelhouse. You're not going to appreciate it like that. That does not sound good. It doesn't. It to a lot of people, it won't feel good on skin. All right, Jared, do you like Blue Talisman? Of course I do. I got a bottle, but as much as I like it, it definitely can be worn for the spring. But it is definitely going to be my fragrance of choice for summer because I like the sweetness and the fruitiness in there a little bit more. And so it can be definitely a spring or summertime banger for sure. They paid big to shield this one. Yeah, man. It's not really good. It's not really good. All right. It's not bad for those at the beginning, but yeah. Ah, Will said, thank you, gentlemen. A lot of people glazing their riffs. Yeah, yeah, they are paying some. And I mean, to each his own. It's good. It's not amazing. It's definitely for a less experienced nose. I wouldn't recommend it to a lot of people that follow me. All right. Lions Price said, I'm not in the Middle East and environment matters. I got an email at work last summer. It to say I felt bad for the persons affected. Oh, you're talking about okay. After seeing how they do it, yeah, it'll be a good teenager. Yeah, it would be good to a teenager that goes to a school. That's it. That's why I would recommend it. You know what I'm saying? I can even see some adults wearing it outside. I think a light breeze or it being able to be in the open would help it perform or it would help it feel more quality, not quality, but more quality coming off skin outside. If it had more room to breathe than it would inside, I think it just feels too synthetic, too cheap. But it is what it is. All right. So there we go. So we've got Ormond Jane. We've got 4 blue bloods. Oh, we've got 3 blue bloods out of the way. We've got Ormond Jane. We've got Nishane. And then, of course, we did Xerjoff. Let me give you one more house, one more blue blood, and I'm going to give you 2 options from there. And we're going to call it a wrap because my guy is going live in a few minutes, actually in 1 minute. Shout out to Aroma Dolce, all right, to my guy Esteban. He's going to be going live on Instagram for those who happen to care, all right. I believe he's going to have Josh from Essential Notes on, and they're going to be talking about a couple of things. I want to be there to support my guy. I might go a few minutes over, but we're going to wrap this up soon. But my next blue blood, all right, in relation to March Madness, my next dominant house is going to have to be Bond number 9 for now. Okay. Now I got other blue blood houses, but this is the one I chose today. All right. Bond number 9. And the 2 fragrances that I got from there are going to be Chez Bond. All right. And of course, Hamptons. Yeah. 2 beautifully blended fragrances, all right? Easy reaches, all right? Now, Chez Bond is more of, it's definitely springtime. This is something that you wear when you fresh out of the shower. You got the windows open and you just want to smell good. You just want to smell clean. It's fresh linen, slight citrus. All right. Let me go ahead and look at the notes, man. And I can tell you what I get from it. All right. So you also get a green feel on here. Man, let me. Yeah, you definitely get the DNA, I guess, a very similar DNA as people like to put it. I don't like to use that term, but I'll make an exception this time. You definitely get that same feel as you get from Green Irish Tweed. You get the green, you get the clean, you get almost a soapy, clean feel, almost like fresh linen and whatnot. It's really good. Very good. All right. Now on here, what you're going to get is grass, a grass note, citruses, green notes, sandalwood, violet leaf, and I like the way the violet leaf plays in here because it gives it a very naturalistic green feel or a very natural green feel. It has tea in here, which is very noticeable, and it is a green tea. All right. And then, of course, you got vetiver and cedar. Now, I love this because it's so aromatic, so light on skin. But the thing that I hate about it is that Bond number 9 already has a performance issue in a lot of their fragrances. Now, when I say a performance issue, it's not really an issue to me because I'll still buy several of them. But a lot of people complain because they don't go longer than 6 nines in most cases, 6 hours or more as performance issues. To me, it's just a re-upper, okay? I love it. I only got a 50 mil, so I have to choose how and when I wear it. But definitely a beautiful fragrance, well put together. Chez Bond, y'all. Chez Bond. Operational Faction. Yeah, Red. Hey, some say it's better than Green Irish Tweed. And I haven't smelled Green Irish Tweed in a while, so I can't just say yes or yay or nay, but we'll check it out and see one day. All right. You love the house, though. All right. Like you said earlier, Turkish excellent. Okay, Nishane, yes. All right. All right. Is it redundant to own Green Irish Tweed and Chez Bond? Reggie Simeon, I would probably say for the most part, yes. But I could also say no, because the thing about Green Irish Tweed is that there's a soapy feel. There's a soapy feel to that one. All right. And yeah, like Red said, he said they definitely have their differences. All right. Green Irish Tweed is a bit more formal and ozonic. Yeah. I think that soapy feel makes it more ozonic, but Chez Bond is still classy enough to be dressed up. But one is more green. The other one is a kind of a green clean. I think Chez Bond is more, it has a greener feel, a heavier green feel to it. And the other one is green, but it's more soapy, clean feel. So honestly, if you can afford them both, I would get them both. I'm thinking about getting them both. I need to get my nose on Green Irish Tweed again, but definitely got to check it out. All right. And then the second one is going to be, of course, from the same house. We're going to go with Hamptons. All right. Now, let me give Hamptons a spray. And there, shout out to my boy Dedrick. All right. On screen. Another beautiful one. All right. Now, one thing I will say about this is, yeah, they don't last, but they are well put together. These are beautiful fragrances. Seriously. Just simply beautiful. All right. In the opening, you're going to get the citrus. All right. You're going to get the citrusy opening. And let me get this on skin too, because you know what? You're going to get some florals, but you're going to get citrusy florals. Now, it almost has a feel like citruses and neroli because there are obviously white florals in the midst of this, but at the same time, there's a clean feel. You know what? I'm going to tell you what I get. Let me get to the notes. All right, I'm going to be honest with you. All right. Let me see here. So according to the notes in here, you've got bergamot, lime blossom, lemon, sage, and cedar at the top, all right? Now, In the mid, you've got jasmine, Turkish rose, magnolia. Now, for me, I can kind of point out the Turkish rose. I can point out the rose. I'm not going to say I can point out whether it's Turkish or not. I do think it's more. I do think the reason why they use Turkish is because it goes well with the citrus notes. Some of the roses, like Rose de Mayas, a couple of others, they tend to be a little more jammy, and so citrus doesn't really sit well with them unless it's supplemented with something else. So definitely see the Turkish rose. Definitely get the white florals, the bouquet feel around it. And then in the base, you got musk, sandalwood, and amber. All right. Definitely a good blend. This is overall just a really good, clean, citrusy feel with slight florals. This right here is called the Hamptons, but I'm going to tell you this. It definitely reminds me of what I would expect people in the Hamptons to smell like. You know, I remember it was over a year ago when I first went to New York, and we took the boat tour, or what is it, the ferry tour, and we got to see the Statue of Liberty. We got to see where the Hamptons was and whatnot. And I'm telling y'all, the way that the area looked, the way the people over there dressed, just nice, classy, elegant. And that's what this bottle and this juice signifies. All right. That's what it resembles. All right. Classy elegance. Smells like money. Okay. You spray this on, it smells like money. Just smells like money. And so this is a great blend. All right. That represents a great area. All right. I think everybody should get their nose on it. Now, this might not be for everybody. This is definitely a lot of Bond number 9's fragrances are, I would recommend them more so for the 35 and up, maybe even 30s and up, depending on how you are, how you're living, how do you walk, how do you talk and whatnot. But definitely a beautiful house and those two fragrances are exemplary when it comes to representing clean. Still masculine for the most part. I mean, it's still unisex, but clean, floral, citrusy fragrances. All right. I think they're great. And so that'll do it for my high major recommendations. Now, I gave you the first 4 in. All right. We got some clones and whatnot. Now, these I will talk about at a later time. Because we still got more bracket busting to do. All right. Might even get on here tomorrow night, man. I'm trying to see, but just a heads up. Don't be surprised if I pop up on a Friday night talking about more fragrances. But we got other mid-major houses. I would say mid-major niche houses, such as the House of Day 3, who is coming out with a banger soon. But we still got some of theirs that we're going to talk about. Escandalo. Wait, you know what? Let me get this down. I don't know why I still got this up. Already been through the notes on that one. So we still got Day 3, Escandalo, and Bani. All right. Great spring fragrances. Of course, from the House of Marley, we've got, all right, Place of Peace. We're going to talk about that one. We're going to break it down a little bit. All right. From Imaginary Authors, it's the only one I got. I hope to get a few more. But we've got Sun Drunk. All right. Check out this. I love this bottle. I love it. All right. And we're going to get into a couple from the House of Fugazi. I'm going to open this up at a later time. All right. This is Passion Fruit. Very good. Passion Fruit and Oud. Oh, beautiful. Shout out to my guy, Jason. And, of course, my guy, Will. And Uncle Dutch, man, for the assist and getting me to smell that when I came out there to see them in Jacksonville. All right. But I'm going to go ahead and finish up in the chat. And then I'm going to get off from here so I can have a little time to enjoy my guy Esteban. So let's go ahead and get back to the chat real quick. Simba said 12 Faces got hyped by others into a myth it didn't earn. All right. And once the smoke cleared, the cracks were loud. A presentation that didn't match the price of the promise. Why compromise their integrity? I get it. Me personally, I liked 12 Faces of Oud at one point. I actually have a 50 mil. I said 50, 15 mil on the way. I went ahead and purchased it online um, because I really enjoyed it. But I need to get on skin again. And I need to listen to what some of these other people were saying about it because, you know, you know, everybody has their own opinion. And some people take their job as a reviewer. I'm not going to say they take it more serious. I think sometimes they misunderstand what it means to be a reviewer, you know what I'm saying, rather than a hype man. But, to each his own. Red said, whereas Turkish and Bulgarian are more full body with green hints. All right, nice. Turkish and Bulgarian rose are the most unisex. All right, cool, cool, cool. All right, that says two sides of the Hamptons. It's the rich side, then it's the you shouldn't have that type of money side. Gotcha. Hampton's one of my favorite bonds. Yes. That Fugazi Angel Dust is slamming. Hey, I'm gonna tell you another one that's slamming too. I might get that Angel Dust, but we're gonna talk about it. That No Cologne. That No Cologne is a hitter too. All right. But real quick, y'all, before I go, I think I got my girl in the chat right now. All right. I told her that before I get off, I was going to talk about this fragrance that she sent me. All right. Now, shout out to Jaree. All right. From by Jay Chantel. All right. Because of the campaigns that we've done with her and whatnot, like I tell y'all all the time, a lot of people we support off the strength, off of the muscle, just because we enjoy their products and whatnot, especially me, and because of the support that me, Kicks, and people have given her, she gets us gifts, man. I really appreciate that. As long as she keeps doing it, because I don't really ask for much of anything financially. All right. But she bought your boy a fragrance, man, and she sent it to me. And this is from the house of Tomovici, and it is Gateau a l'ananas. All right, I want to pull this up real quick. Hold on 1 second, because I want to see what's in here, because I smelt this one time when she sent it, and it was so good, y'all. It was so good. Tomovici. Let me see here. L'ananas. There we go. Gato a l'ananas. All right. So for those who don't know, Tomovici is an indie niche house that has been making some waves over the past years, as far as I have seen. They've won a couple of times at the Pineapples Awards and everything, and they have some really good fragrances. I got to get a little deeper into the house, but Jaree, bless your boy, with a box of Gateau l'ananas. All right, l'ananas. All right, and check out the presentation, y'all. Oh, hold on 1 second. Let me go ahead and put it back in like it was. All right, because I want y'all to see what I got. All right. Yeah. Check out the box. Nice. Got that on the side. Has a description, some of the notes on the back, and Arabic. All right. And then, of course, when you open it up, well, you get a card, but you get this. Nice. All right. Woo. Nice. So, in the box at the top, it gives you written, it's all in cursive. So unless you got good eyes, which I do, but I am not about to sit up here and mess up this thing. You can read it as like, indulge your senses with Tomovici's Gateau a l'ananas, a fragrance inspired by the elegance of France's pastry. Or maybe it says French pastries. It opens with juicy pineapple, fluffy cake, and a splash of rum. Evoking a sun-kissed pastry or You know, I can't read it like that. But anyway, this thing was nice. But I'm about to get on skin one more time, y'all, because I have not smelt this thing in weeks. And I can't believe that I have not talked about this. This deserves a full review, y'all. But this Gateau Lananas, man, let's see. Y'all see the spray? Check it out on screen. Oh my God, yeah. Y'all, I have been moving away from gourmand fragrances for the past few months, if not years, over a year or whatnot, right? Trying to branch out into other areas. This is going to make your boy come back to it, all right? Gateau Lananas is really good. Now, too heavy for this time of year out here in Texas, but y'all, I literally get pineapple banana, or like a pineapple turnover cake almost. Y'all, let me bring this up, okay? Let me bring this up. Now, here's the thing. There is a banana feel to this. That Lananas, it definitely feels almost banana-esque, all right? But when I look on here, there's no note of banana. Y'all, this is weird. This is probably the best gourmand fragrance that I've smelt in a long time, y'all. All right. Here are the notes. You got cake, you got rum, and you got pineapple. Easy, easy recognizable. Sugar, nutty notes, cinnamon, coconut, vanilla, tonka bean, and musk. Yeah. The cake and the rum come out along with that pineapple. You do understand where that sugar is going to come in. You can feel how sweet it is. As those notes outside of the rum start to dissipate and whatnot, I think a lot of them are going to stay there. But that sugar feel comes in and it just keeps it sweet throughout the life of it. This is simply beautiful. And I do mean beautiful. From a gourmand perspective, this is really good. All right. Yes, definitely a house you want to check out, Will. Definitely worth getting a discovery set. Otto, yeah, that Cyrus Vale is all right as well. No, Cyrus Vale I heard is beautiful, so I got to get my nose on it. But y'all, this is definitely one. Yeah, you definitely got to get your nose on this, y'all. Again, Gateau Lananas. Lananas. All right. I don't know why I keep wanting to say this has banana in there, but man, this is so good. All right. Shout out to Jeree. All right. Shout out to my girl, Jay Chantel. All right. Man, beautiful fragrance, beautiful gift, beautiful decanter style bottle. I love it. All right. Now, for those who are just getting here, if you didn't see at the beginning of the show, I got a package from Ralph. We're going to be talking about that probably this weekend. Probably do a premiere, if not for next week. But I'll be talking to him personally this weekend regarding what we have in the bag. We'll discuss it a little later, and we'll go from there. But just want to let y'all know I'm going to be putting out this advertisement. I have an upcoming live on Monday morning, 9 o'clock. This is a little different from me because I'm not used to doing lives in the morning. But I have an upcoming live. I will be releasing the thumbnail tonight. It is with the House of Orchestra. All right. Would love for y'all to be there. Again, it's going to be 9 o'clock my time, which will be about 3 o'clock their time, which will be 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So if you got a little bit of time to come and hang out, it's going to be a Scents and Sounds interview with the house and the owner. And I think y'all are going to enjoy it because, man, you just be there. I don't even want to talk, but you just be there. I hope to see you there at 9 a.m. And we're gonna have a great time, man. But hey, with all that being said, all right. What's up, Buff Sense, man? You made it a little late. I'm about to get out of here so I can go support my boy Esteban. But hey, hopefully you'll catch the replay and check it out. We'll go from there, man. Appreciate you for coming through. All right. But with all that being said, y'all, I do appreciate y'all for coming out. You know, you could have been anywhere but here, but you chose to join us here. Enjoy the conversation, be in the chat, you know what I'm saying? Be part of the Frag family. And for that, we are forever and truly grateful. All right. Even if it is just one day, you know what I'm saying? We appreciate you. Stacks Reviews, what's going on, man? But with that being said, let me go ahead and close this out, man. Hey, y'all, appreciate y'all for coming through. All right. With that being said, let every sip be a sip of inspiration, and let every sniff lead to a new discovery. Man, we really appreciate y'all for coming out. If y'all have a moment, go check out my boy Esteban, all right, aka Aroma Dolce on Instagram. He's doing an Instagram live right now with Josh. Go over there, give him a holler at him. You know, let him know Jim sent you. Trust me, I don't get any kickback or anything, but appreciate y'all, man. Hey, thank y'all again for joining me. I think I am going to go live again tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm going to do another style referencing spring fragrances and March Madness, especially since my boy Zuby and St. John's Johnny's go up against Duke. I'm going to try and do it before they do or afterwards. And yeah, hope to see you there. But again, appreciate y'all for coming out, man. Much love to y'all. Y'all have a blessed night. I hope to see you over there on Esteban's live stream. All right. And we'll holla. Y'all be easy. Also, y'all, don't forget about Keeks Griffey is live tonight, I believe. I do believe Keeks is live. Shortly after Esteban,